Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another action figure review. And today we'll be taking a look at ATL, I want to say 50, don't quote me on that, I'll have the name right in the title of the video, but nevertheless, we're taking a look at another quote-unquote non-branded figure from the fine folks over at Horsemen Studios. This was released for Toylanta of this year, much like the Headhunter we looked at yesterday was released for ZoloCon, and Demistros was released for PowerCon. I think the last PowerCon they didn't have one last year. So, with that being said, I'm going to cut right to the chase and get into the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all this guy has to offer in terms of accessories, because unlike Headhunter, he comes with a metric shitload of accessories. So, starting off, we have a pair of open hands. We also have a pair of trigger finger hands, which, yes, this lucky bastard has the appropriate enfolding stuff in his hands. Both sets of grip hands, might I add. I popped the right hand off earlier and checked, and yes, he does have the appropriate enfolding stuff on each set of hands. Not sure why Headhunter doesn't have that. They have the molds. We do have this helmet. The visor does pop off. All Cosmic Legions, which this guy is a mix of both cosmic and mythic parts. Oh, I can't get this off. There we go. I will say, this had a little schmutz up here I chipped off with my knife earlier. So now it pops on and off a lot easier because there's not a bunch of excess plastic there. Always had problems with these clear plastic bits having some schmutz lately. I want to say maybe Outpost it's been an issue, but don't quote me on that. We also get a shield adapter. We get the plug-in and the handle. No shield, but we get this. Okay. Speaking of useless accessories, though, we get a tube adapter. No tubes, but we get this. Why did Headhunter not come with proper grip hands again? We're getting stuff we don't freaking need with this guy. Speaking of which, we also have a strap. This is the nice strap with the little belt on it. So, there you go. We also get a pair of alternate arms. I'm not sure if these are the new arms or not. I think they might be. How's the elbow range? I don't know. I don't know if these are the new arms or not. I think they are, but don't quote me on that. We also get this backpack, which I believe was from Vorga. And for the backpack, we get this big-ass minigun here. Kinda, sorta. It's got a bullet belt that you can stick in the bottom. Nice and snug too, and you can hold it like that, or you can flip the gun around. You can hold it the other way, I think. Can it do that? Oh, I had it facing the wrong way. There you go. You have it like that, or you can flip it around and have the bullet belt hitting him in the kneecap. But either way, there's that. I have the backpack on backwards. There you go, stupid. But, that out of the way. He also comes with a couple smaller guns. Woo. His accessories went flying. A couple smaller guns, which as you can see have pegs on them, because the pistol can store on his belt there, and the rifle can actually store backpack here, right there. It's not a tight fit, but it's a fit nonetheless. It does fit there, so you can put it there. He can literally carry all his stuff like a G.I. Joe Classified series. That said, while I do like this kind of camoed out base, I go for this look instead. This is the alternate head from Headhunter, and even though it doesn't have a hinged jaw, I found a use for it. Granted, I do have some graveyard skeleton skulls left from that 4-pack, which I actually, come to think of it, I don't think you guys have seen that review yet, but you've seen the unboxing video on my Instagram, so it counts. But I didn't use all the hinged jaw heads with that pack. I used the pumpkin head and the vampire skull on a couple of them. But there you go. There is the skull head. Again, looking like something straight out of Iron Maiden's Matter of Life and Death. It's got like Eddie and a bunch of skeleton soldiers on it. Skeleton soldier in the heart of America. Okay. Mentioned that in the Headhunter review from yesterday. But as far as articulation goes, his head will look side to side, mostly on the neck. That's a slightly looser fit. Look up and down, tilt side to side. Yes, I know he doesn't come with his head, but all the heads I've tried on this guy pretty much work the same way. He's got the shoulder pads. These are packed separately, but I left them on because he looks better with them, quite frankly. You can lift the arm up, probably more than that, but these cloth arms are really difficult to hinge up and down, and I like him with the cloth arms if he's going to be rocking the skull head. So that's why we got those on there. He's got some schmutz on his elbow, but he does have a single elbow there with rotation. He's got rotation in the shoulder, if I didn't mention that already. He's got a swivel in the gauntlet, very tight. He's got the ports on the gauntlets too. He does also have a swivel, hinge, wrist. Nice gummy hands, almost a little too gummy, if I'm being honest. But he does also have a diaphragm, or a ball jointed waist, in lieu of a diaphragm. You can lean back and forth, tilt side to side, and rotate. His hips will kick up, back, out. He's got a thigh cut. Single knee, pretty good range on that. Swivel at the boot there, as well as a ball hinge foot that will rotate, hinge, and pivot, and peg holes at the bottom of the feet, below the knee. Stupid, not the boot, although I guess kind of is his boot. Almost a Novian lean build on this guy. I think that's exactly what this dude is. So, if you like Novian lean, you're going to love this dude. I wouldn't be surprised if people swap Novian parts onto him. That's literally what this is, isn't it? The Novian lean build. Ain't that some shit? But, no matter what build it is, this figure actually is not mine. This is for my good buddy Patrick Boyle, minus the set, of course. And, he was nice enough to let me review it. So, while I don't mind hooking friends up, I just wish I didn't want the shit I was hooking them up with. I'm going to be kicking myself for not picking this guy up at some point this year, I'm sure. Whenever I do my top figures of the year, I'll probably be like, you know, that ATL guy might have had a shot of making it, especially with the skull head. But, you know, I was stupid and didn't buy that figure. To each their own. Lesson learned? Maybe. Probably not. Oh well. But at any rate, with that being said, why don't we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old ATL. Seriously, that sounds like some kind of weird cell phone service. Alongside a couple other non-branded Four Horsemen Studios figures, we of course have Headhunter, who we looked at yesterday, the very light in accessories Headhunter, might I add. And then we also have, kind of light in accessories, but he was $13 cheaper, Demistros, or as I like to call him, Demistros Borgir. That is a Demu Borgir reference for all of you non-black metal or symphonic black metal fans. That's where I got that from. Is it clever? I don't know. I just think it's funny. But needless to say, As I mentioned in the Headhunter review from yesterday, Demistros is easily the best non-branded Four Horsemen Studios character we've gotten so far. Again, he was created for PowerCon, and I'd like to see what else they do for PowerCon, if that's still a thing. But at any rate, getting these two out of here. I wonder what this demon skull head would look like on that ATL body. Probably something out of Wolfenstein or Doom, maybe. That said, we got our two regulars, the branded, very much so, Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibilith, as well as the infamous Kurt 11 Spawn, who I'm gonna say towers over everyone because much like the Headhunter, good old Al Simmons here is quite a bit taller, maybe half a head or so, than old ATL here. So with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from my dumbass not buying myself one of these, which I'll be kicking myself for that later, I have to be honest in saying that good old ATL here was a very pleasant surprise to yours truly, because despite the fact that he uses the dreaded Cosmic Legion's parts, he's not all loosey-goosey like some of the Cosmic Legion's figures we looked at last year, particularly from the Outpost Zaxius wave. He is quite sturdy, quite stable, even with all this gear on, so therefore, he's a pretty solid figure, isn't he? I would say so. So, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.